the forgotten pantheon, the 5 most powerful African gods. In the dark recesses of the world, beyond time and memory, 5 ancient African gods once ruled, their power so vast that the skies trembled and mortals cowered in fear. These gods were neither kind nor forgiving, they thrived on fear, devotion, and the occasional sacrifice of blood. Their names have long been whispered in dread, their tales passed down as warnings to the curious. Chapter 1, Nyame, the creator of dread. The night was silent, save for the wind that carried whispers of doom. A lone traveler wandered the savannah, seeking refuge, but instead, he stumbled upon a colossal figure, its face veiled in starlight, its hands stained with the colors of creation. I am Nyame, the first and the infinite, the god boomed, his voice shaking the earth. I crafted the heavens, the earth, and the chaos that binds them. My children have forgotten me, but I have not forgotten their insolence. The traveler fell to his knees as Nyame reached into the soil. In his palm, life wriggled and twisted, a snake with eyes of fire and a body of shadow. Take this gift, Nyame said, his voice cruelly calm, and deliver it to your kind. It will remind them that I am not a god to be ignored. The snake hissed, its fangs dripping venom that glowed like molten gold. When it slithered away into the darkness, the traveler knew his people would never know peace again. Chapter 2, Oya, the Tempest Rat. High above the mountains, a storm raged without end. In the heart of the tempest stood a woman cloaked in lightning, her eyes twin orbs of violent energy. Her laughter was thunder, her breath the hurricane. Bow before me, mortals, for I am Oya, the mistress of storms and the gatekeeper of death, she roared. I hold the winds of change, and my fury spares none. In her hand was a staff carved from the bones of fallen kings, its tip ablaze with ghostly fire. She pointed it toward a nearby village, and in an instant, the winds howled with malevolent glee. Homes were torn apart, rivers overflowed, and screams of despair rose to the heavens. Oya's laughter echoed as she vanished into the storm, leaving behind only destruction and the knowledge that her wrath was eternal. Chapter 3, Anansi, the weaver of nightmares. In a dense, shadowed forest, a lone hunter stumbled into a web so vast it stretched across the treetops. Before he could free himself, a figure descended, a spider as large as a heart, its many eyes glinting with malice. I am Anansi, the weaver of stories and nightmares, the creature said, its voice a silken hiss. Your kind loves tales of my cunning, but they forget the price of my tricks. Anansi spun a thread around the hunter's throat, pulling him closer. I shall grant you a story to share, the spider said, its fangs gleaming. But beware, every word you speak will summon a shadow to consume those who hear it. The hunter screamed as Anansi disappeared into the darkness, leaving only the cursed thread and the promise of despair. Chapter 4, Shango, the god of vengeance. The air grew heavy as drums echoed across the plains, their rhythm summoning fear and awe. In their midst stood a warrior, his body clad in lightning, his twin axes dripping with blood. I am Shango, the fire of vengeance and the roar of battle, he declared, his voice a war cry that shattered the silence. I punish the unjust and burn the unworthy. He raised his axes to the sky, and fire rained down upon a city that had dared defy his name. The people screamed as flames consumed their homes, their cries fueling Shango's rage. Let this be a warning, Shango roared. Defy the gods, and I will come for you. Chapter 5, Mummy Water, the enchantress of the deep. On the shores of an endless sea, a group of fishermen gathered, lured by the sound of hauntingly beautiful music. From the waves emerged a figure of otherworldly beauty, her eyes shimmering like moonlight on water, her hair flowing like the tides. I am Mummy Water, the siren of the seas and the keeper of secrets, she said, her voice a melody that ensnared their souls. You seek fortune and fish, but you will find only my embrace. She reached out a hand, and the waves rose, pulling the fisherman into her depths. As they drowned, their screams blended with her laughter. Tell your kin, Mummy Water whispered to the wind. The sea is mine, and none shall trespass without paying the price. Epilogue, the gathering of fear. One by one, the gods returned to their domains, their power renewed by the terror they had sown. Nyame watched from the heavens, Oya raged in the skies, Anansi wove his webs, Shango reveled in his flames, and Mommy Water sang her haunting tune. The world trembled beneath their might, and their names became curses whispered in the dark. The mortals could only pray that they would not be the next to feel the wrath of the forgotten pantheon. For the gods were not benevolent, and their thirst for fear was unending. Subscribe and for more content like this.